Hello everyone, my name is Kazuhiro Ueno. I have been posting videos on YouTube for about months, and I noticed that there are several people who like my Godzilla drawings, and that some of them want to know how to draw Godzilla. So, in this video, I'm going to show you what I'm thinking while drawing my most favorite Godzilla, Shin Godzilla. First, let me briefly explain what Shin Godzilla is. Shin Godzilla is a common name for Godzilla, whose existence was confirmed in the 2016 movie Shin Godzilla. After coming ashore from Tokyo Bay to Kamata and Shinagawa, where it was first sighted, the creature returned to the sea, then re-entered the sea from Kamakura. And while traveling to the center of Tokyo, it underwent rapid physical changes. It caused extensive damage to Tokyo and its cities in Japan. For an account of the threat posed by this Godzilla and the bravery of the humans who fought against it, watch Shin Godzilla, a record of the first sighting of the creature. This time, I will introduce and depict two stages of Shin Godzilla's various appearances. The stage in which it was mainly seen in Kamata City, and the stage in which it went Tokyo from Kamakura, because these forms are very famous. It is also very interesting to draw other forms of Shin Godzilla while watching Shin Godzilla and reading its supplementary reading materials. Kamata-kun is the official second stage form of Shin Godzilla. The snake-like form crawls on the ground using two large legs that grow out from its snaring waist, and its head, characterized by huge eye sockets and a long neck with numerous gills that spread blood, bear no resemblance to previous Godzillas, with only the numerous dorsal fins with their larger spines suggesting that it is Godzilla. I love his undeveloped paws. The inconsistent detailing of his unseparated yet firm toes is symbolic of his snaring, erratic growth rate, and eloquently illustrates that he's only the beginning of the huge nightmare. The upper half of the body, with its irregularly raised flesh, contrasts with the amphibian-like wrinkling of the skin on the tail and hind legs. These differences in body surface texture can be expressed by tracing lines across the surface of the object. I learned this technique from the works of Moebius, the master of band dessinée. Kamakura-san is officially considered the fourth stage of Shin Godzilla. It is a kind of catharsis to see the convergence of the eerie thrilling monster that had been a mere monster until then into the form of Godzilla up to now. Not only that, but the fact that traces of gills can be seen in this Godzilla-like form also gives us a sense of process of growth and warmth, almost like a parent love. However, Godzilla's essence is far removed from the heroic, strongman-hungry, monster-fighting creatures of the past, and his deformed existence remains unchanged. Its head swells irregularly like black smoke rising from an explosion. Its tongue disappears from its mouth to spit out rays of light. Its lower jaw is cracked, and its countless teeth are sharpened to white, even though it is not biting at anything. We have no way of knowing what the downward protruding eyes in the depths of the deeply sunken eye sockets are seeing, as we can only scurry far below. Another difference between Shin Godzilla and the existing Godzilla is the orientation of the hands. While previous Godzillas had their palms facing downward, Shin Godzilla's palms are facing upward. This is in keeping with Eastern religious beliefs, in which hands pointing upward symbolize something transcendent of humans, and it speaks to the grandeur of Shin Godzilla. But when I first saw it, I had a different impression. Most vertebrates had been about to have the fingers facing forward when walking on four legs. In order to make them point upward, it is necessary to apply force in the direction of twisting the hand. From the way its fingers are straining all the way down to the tips of its fingers, it appears that Shin Godzilla is constantly straining its arms to endure its own rapid and torturous growth and the pain and suffering that accompanies. Did you know that a mechanism exists at the tips of this form's tail that allows it to fire rays of light? In contrast to the tail as a whole, which is composed of countless segments, the tip of the tail, crawling with countless ribs and spine, has a pair of jaws or full human-like teeth, from which rays of light have caused extensive damage in a large area of Tokyo. Now let's draw this Shin Godzilla together with a background. First, let's start with the second form. This is the form in which Shin Godzilla begins its advance to land. And since I want to focus on the developing parts that are a symbolic feature of this form, I will decide the composition by looking at the Godzilla as it rises from the water from below. I roughly drew the image that came to mind in my mind, and then I made it into the correct shape based on the data. This process of just stood and check as you go along is a basic pattern of behavior in illustration. So let's start from the head. However, it would be time-consuming to draw wrinkles all over the body like this, so I decided to roughly define the shadows of the full body. I tried drawing one gear, but it did not look quite right. If I immediately think of the cause, I may waste time, so I decided to concentrate on the torso for now. When I'm tired of adding wrinkles, let's solve the gear problem. I carefully drew the wrinkles so that they will be more faithful to the data. Since it is not possible to refer to the contents of the gears in detail only in the movie, it is better to have the materials prepared to make the work easier. From the impressions I have gained so far, I have found that it is more appropriate to draw this form with a thick nib to give it a melting texture than to use a thin nib to clearly draw the details. Once the body is drawn, the next step is the surface of the water. The next step is to draw the undulation of the water's surface, referring to the continuous waves that form after a ship passed by, called wake waves. By using the same nib as Godzilla's body, we succeeded in creating an eerie effect of the surface of the water. To show that the object is underwater, it is effective to draw a mesh of light on the surface to create reflections of light passing through the waves. Of course, the waves are also highlighted and Godzilla's blood color makeup is applied to complete the image. I was going to draw bleeding from the gills as in the main story, but then I remembered that this is YouTube and decided not to do so. Illustrations are meant to be shown to people, so it is essential to consider the TPO of the place where the illustration will be shown. Next, Let's create an illustration of the fourth one. Here, we want to focus on the horrifyingly grown-up tail, so we want to draw it with its back and tail facing us. We also want to draw an image of the rays of light that symbolize Godzilla itself, so we will draw Godzilla as if it were immediately after the rays of light were emitted. Since this Godzilla emits rays of light from its mouth and tail, as well as from the tips of each of its dorsal fins, drawing them one by one would short-circuit my brain. And if the amount of information in an illustration is increased without planning, it is often the case that one needs attention will not be clear in the finished product. The shadows are cast as the light is coming from below due to the red-hot ground, but to emphasize the presence of the dorsal fin, which is exposed by tearing of the bark. Dark shadows are also cast around the dorsal fins. The original gills, head, body, size, and tail are all painted with distinctly different textures. If you neglect these details, you will end up with a snake-like head like I did before. It is best to enjoy drawing without overdoing it and with plenty of time to spare. Let's draw the hot air emitted from the heated body out of the radiation of light rays. Next is the color of the Godzilla. If the jet black body of Godzilla is reproduced as is, the line drawings that were painstakingly drawn up to this point will be wasted. On the other hand, if the color is too light, it will spoil Godzilla's power, so it is difficult to adjust the color. The balance of the coloring was determined by simply coloring the areas heated red by the heat, and the areas affected by the purple light generated by the special metabolic activity inside Godzilla's body. We found that the heat surrounding the surroundings would also be more powerful if a dark purple color was added to create a hazy effect. Finally, the red hot ground is painted. Because Godzilla is so complex as an object to draw, it is possible to draw it by repeating the process of just think it through until the very last minute, compromise if it seems impossible, and check it as you finish. I think that drawing Shin Godzilla fan art is a good way to remember the great creators of this wonderful work. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching to the end. My original illustration will be exhibited at World Art Dubai 2025 Japan Zone, Dubai World Trade Center from April 17 to 12. Don't miss it.